Blessings and best wishes to all. Reggie Hubbard here. Happy to be of service to the well-being community. I completely enjoyed being with you on Tuesday. And per a promise that I made, so we did some exercises that day, and I'm going to revisit those exercises and also share a standing sequence because rather than anything that I said, I think that the best thing I can offer you as a teacher are practical exercises that you can use to rebalance the body from all the habits that we do as people, but again, acutely because I'm an activist, right? Like and an organizer and a teacher. So the sequences that I will offer you are not only rooted in traditional Hatha yoga, but also just have been adapted. And these are things that I use personally and teach for us to bring balance back to the body so we can do the work that we so lovingly cherish in this world. So we have our hands together, we have our shoulders back and down. Press into those hands, draw the navel toward the spine, and just feel this, right? So if you're like this the entire day, feel how this feels, right? So hands together, pressing into the hands, shoulders back and down. Now raise the hands, thumbs up, and take those thumbs back. So what we're doing is we're opening up the chest cavity. You know, if you want more for the wrist, you can take thumbs up and thumbs down. Take 3 or 4 breaths here. Maybe if you have it in the shoulders, bring shoulder blades to touch. Release that. Maybe make a little sassy shoulder shimmy. Sass is always welcome in my life and in my world. Take shoulders up and down because, you know, we spend our days like this. This is yikes, right? So like shoulders back and down, and nurse them and nurture them. Go back and down. Then, you know, get in touch with your inner teenagers, like, I don't know. So up and down. And if it's comfortable, just let them drop like that. The shoulders are pretty resilient, they can take it. And then just take a few shoulder circles forward. Not that many because this is our native orientation, given the hunching over that we do. Now, take those hands back together, cross the fingers, make those wrist circles that we did. I'm not sure if the video is picking this up, but the cracking and popping of the wrists are simply synovial fluid in the wrists. Wrists are being reoriented to their design as opposed to what we use them for. Switch those directions as you're ready. And then comes my favorite part. Put that wrist and shoulder work together. Right, so whatever that looks like for you, take that in the other direction. Again, whatever that looks like for you. What we're doing is the wrist and the shoulder. So think about this. The stress that is in the hands migrates up the wrist to the shoulder. So we're just shaking all of that out. Now, hands together, fingers forward. Inhale up and down. And I'm in a chair. I should have said that at the beginning. I'm going to do a seated sequence and then one that's standing. So do this for another 10 seconds or so. Then fingers are up, keep them there, twist from side to side. Make sure that you keep navel to spine, core engaged. Press up in the hands and down with the shoulders. Soften the gaze. 4 breaths here, in through the nose. Exhale out the lips. not only is it fun, it relaxes the face. In through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhale. Exhale. Release the hands down. Wiggle the fingers as if purple rain were falling out of the sky. If you can see, Prince is over my shoulder, so purple rain. Now take those liberated fingers. Massage the face, please. So temples, tops of the head. This is a tapping exercise, which is designed to alleviate pent-up stress. Again, because if you're like this all day, yikes, right? That's just bad in terms of like stale energy being stuck in places where it doesn't need to be. Energy is designed to move, not be static. So find freedom in those fingers. Behind the head, if you feel the need to exhale out the mouth, do so. Try and keep the breath consistent here. And feel this sensory experience. Oh, don't forget behind the ears. Like if you've ever been around teenagers, ask them if they showered. Like, did you get behind the ears? So like, don't forget that throat. Underside of the chin, jawbone, eyebrow, around the eyes, nose, upper lip. So all around. And we're going to pause here. Notice how the body feels. Maybe you feel a tingling sensation in a good way from the tip of the finger through the top of the head, throughout the chest cavity. We're going to focus on the neck, and then we're going to stand. So now that we've sensed that in the body, actually, before we do that, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, take left hand outside of right knee, and find a twist here. Like I said, notice I'm in a chair. So inhale, draw navel to spine. Exhale, twist. Twists are good for digestion. And it essentially rings the spine from tension, and it brings alignment into the spine. 3 more, in through the nose. Exhale out the nose. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Last inhale. Exhale, 4. Come to center. Right arm outside of left leg. And if you can see, I got my arm over the chair. So super supported here. 4 breaths. In through the nose, draw navel to spine. Exhale, twist. Maybe you look over the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Last inhale. Exhale, 4. Come to center. Now let's focus on the neck for the last part of the seated sequence. So chin is to chest. Lazily draw half circles on the collarbone. Close the eyes if comfortable, or at least keep them soft. Not only do we want to feel this in the body, we want to give the eyes a break. So the eyes are often overstimulated, and they do so much for us. We can give them a break. So gently breathing in and out as you tenderize the neck. Then take right ear towards right shoulder. And there's several options here. You can do this, or you can take right fingers outside of left temple. You can take left arm behind the back for a passive stretch in the shoulder, which gets from here all the way down. Or you can take left hand and massage the neck, or you can do both. So let's do both here. So let's have passive stretch here, 4 breaths, then we'll massage, then we'll exhale out the mouth. So we're simply lengthening from left side of the jaw all the way down to the outer left shoulder. Light pressure on the temple, upright in the spine. Then release the left hand, find some massages here. Noticing the tension that's in the jaw. Like for me, I noticed today that there's a lot of tension here. So we're gonna, and this changes day by day, which is why it's good to do this as frequently as possible, because these exercises are just a reset. It's not like you're not gonna work on the computer, right? So it allows the body to come back to some sense of balance or homeostasis as you re-engage with your work. So you can either do piano chops, karate chops, or tactile pressure or taps. You find a good spot, you exhale out the mouth. Then for me, I'm gonna return left hand behind the back. 3 exhales out the mouth, and then I'll return, then I'll do this on the other side, in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale. And 2, last inhale. And 3, slither to center, please. Pause, release left arm behind the back if you took it there. Head level, eyes soft or closed. Notice the difference between the left side of the body and the right side of the body, and then give the right side some love. So left ear towards left shoulder. You can stay here. You can take right fingers outside of, left fingers outside of right temple. Right arm behind the back. Passive stretch here for a bit. Then we're gonna do massage. Then we're gonna do 3 breaths out the mouth. So essentially elongating the scalenes. Scalenes are the musculature that supports the head. And as you're ready, if you want to, right fingers, massage right side of the neck. So I notice here that the left side of my face is tighter than the right, which is crazy, but this is what somatic awareness brings, right? You're just like, oh, wow, you know? So approach it with curiosity as opposed to, I wonder why that is. I'm the word, like, tell the brain to be quiet. The brain works a lot too. So we rest the eyes, we rest the brain, and we give the body a chance to be the body without critique. So I'll return, right arm behind the back, 3 breaths, in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Last inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Return to center. Maybe take a few shoulder shrugs, then pause. Notice how we feel from heart center up. How are the fingers? How are the shoulders? How's the face? How's the neck? Remind the mind in this moment how the body feels right now. And that if you feel this good, imagine the impact that it'll have on your work. I'm an activist. I work on Capitol Hill in the United States. And this peaceful sense is what allows me to be impervious to pressure. Like someone says something crazy to me, I'm just like, as opposed to, rah, like no one's got time for that. Just like, as good as I feel now, your statement is not gonna take me from here, so what else? Now, pausing here, that's the seated sequence. And I wanna offer now some standing poses that if you've got more time or you want a more rounded experience for the hips and other things, I'm gonna take you through that. So here we go. So standing, Again, I'm gonna use this chair here first. And let me adjust the camera because I'm very tall. So from here, we're gonna have the chair on the right side of our body. And we're gonna reach back to whatever degree that we can. Maybe you don't have the flexibility in the legs, but if you don't, then just go like this. If you do, reach back with the left hand, grab the left foot, and we're going to open the quadricep here. So if you want to be fancy, you know, you can make this a balance, or you can just do this. So we're going to kick into the left hand with the left foot, and we're going to stretch the quadricep and the hip flexor, which get a ton of contraction from all the sitting that we do. So 10 more seconds here. Again, like I said, if you want to be fancy, you can raise the arm or not. If you lose your balance, whatever, try again. Then we gently replace left foot, maybe shake it out a bit, maybe kick back and forth. Watch the desk, and I'm gonna adjust this for the lights. So with this chair, we're gonna go to the other side, please. So the support structure is going to be on the left side. And we're gonna if you can't, then just go like this, and maybe knee forward and back. But if you can, grab right foot, kick right foot in the right hand. And you know, if you wanna try balance, go for it. If not, whatever. But again, the hips get contracted, the quadriceps get contracted because we sit all day. So this stretch here elongates the hip flexor and the quadricep. Release when ready. So, you know, maybe you go back and forth, or you know, you kick it out or whatever. Then a mild heart opener. So using the chair here, you can go like this. So what we're doing here is opening the heart and allow the head to dangle. So this is you can do a forward fold. If this is too much, which it is for many people, this is a good way to go too. So inhale and exhale out the mouth. Keep knees bent, be buoyant in the knees if you're using the chair option. Pressing firmly into the feet. 4 or 5 breaths. And when you've had enough of that, release. We're going to put the chair to the side or the front. And the last bit I'll share with you, because I want to make this quick on time, is that what I'm going to share with you is a hatha exercise, hatha yoga exercise called Dasa Shalana. So what we're going to do is we're going to tend to the joints in our body because we don't even think about them, right? So, so hands on the hips here, come into the left leg, and then make ankle circles here. This is good for the toes, good for the ankles. You can make this little dance if you want to, whatever works. Take those circles in the other direction. This is good for your circulation. And you know, the feet are our main point of contact with the earth. And they bear the brunt of gravity. So maybe 6 to 8 on one side, then strong right leg on that same motion here, On the left side, you know, like I said, dance if you want to. And when you're ready, take those in the other direction. Notice how it's not only good for the ankle, but it also is good for the hip. All this stuff is related and interrelated. It's up the same chain, right? So when you're ready, come to stillness. Take feet about hip distance apart, arms in front of you, and then just bend in the knees, right? Bend to whatever degree. So we went from the feet to the knees. Maybe you've got hands on the knees. Maybe you massage the knees as you do this. We're basically finding buoyancy in the knees. When you've had enough, shake that out. And now for my favorite part, quite honestly. Feet are wide. I love how I've got the Prince thing. So anyway, arms are wide. Find hip circles here. Reminding yourself that the hips are hips and not elbows, right? Elbows only go in one direction. Hips go in the entire range of motion of a circle. So find those hip circles in both directions, maybe hands on the hips. Whatever your SAS appeal calls out to you, take those 2 times. Notice what this gives for the low back. And when you've had enough, wiggle it out, shake it out. I teach kids, and so this is their favorite part of the class. Not only is it fun, but this is the fluid motion in a body that, you know, is working with the stress that it has. So we've worked on the ankles, we've worked on the knees, we've worked on the hips. Let's work on the shoulders. So take non-dominant hand over the heart and make circles with the dominant arm. About 6 to 8 in one direction. Be kind of free here. Watch overhead if you're tall like me. And then go in the other direction. Dominant hand on the heart. Take that on the other side. Full range of motion here. Six to 8 times or so. Take that in the other direction. As you're ready, last thing we're gonna do. So you can either, if you can grab opposite elbows, do that. Draw the spine, navel toward the spine. So this is a mild heart opener. So what we're doing is opening the heart from all this. We're opening up again. So this, or if you can, take palms together. Or if you want a little bit more, clasp the hands together, shoulders back and down. I'm gonna inhale, palms up and down. So making this movement, opening the shoulders. Or you can stay static. We're firm in the feet, engage in the core, opening the heart. And when you've had enough, you release, cross one arm in front of the other. And the last thing I'll share, especially if you sit all day. So if you have a strap, or it can be a t-shirt or a blanket or whatever, you can go like this. With the breath, super simple. If you want to get the hips involved, you can go like this. But that movement opens us up here and here after spending hours like this, okay? So those are some tips and tricks, both standing and seated. that I've used along my wellness journey. Again, Reggie Hubbard, activist, active peace yoga is my teaching practice. However I can be helpful to you, please let me know. Enjoy your life, cherish it, and honor the body, because the body is the tool that you have to do the important work that you do. Love and grace. Peace out.